Recording. All right, guys. 3, 2. Welcome everybody to Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. This is going to be our second episode where we have a great chef named Thomas Perone from Brooklyn Roots. Thomas, how you doing?
Good. How you doing, man?
Good. And right next to me is my co-host, Mr. Michael Quinn, aka the Sausage King of Chicago. New York. Oops, almost messed that one up.
I thought he was a hot dog king.
I am the. Did you not say the hot dog? Oh, the Wiener King? What'd you say?
The Wiener King.
The Wiener King. Obviously, now we have Wiener Magazine,
Yeah.
But thank on Thomas. I just want to say that I'm very excited today because Thomas is Mr. Brooklyn now. This guy, his restaurant, Brooklyn Roots, the buzz around this restaurant, I've never seen anything like it before in my life or heard anything. It's absolutely fantastic, Mike. And, I've known Thomas for quite some time. I know his older brother, Gary, obviously. We worked at a place called Brennan and Carr, famous roast.
Legendary. Brennan
Gary.
Carr.
And if you go to Brooklyn, it's a little cottage in the middle of the chaos of Brooklyn, Brennan and Carr. But I'm just excited to have Thomas here because his restaurant is just absolutely off the charts. It's just absolutely amazing. And I guess we'll start, Mikey, with a little background of Thomas. Thomas, you were the pig guy, right?
I was before the pig guy. It was Thomas Joseph Catering,
and then you get back to Thomas. But I love the whole story about you and Craig Carton and the pig guy because I did a write up on it about 6 years ago. Can you tell us a little bit about that whole rally and the Giants? And I just love hearing that.
So back in 2012 or 13, I believe, I was doing a lot of pig roasts, and Craig had mentioned on the air, I'm looking for a pig guy. So it just so happened Gary worked for the Cyclones for about 20 years. He just moved on to a new team in Staten Island. But at that time, they were doing a rededication of the Jackie Robinson Memorial at Keyspan MCU. Now it's Maimonides Ballpark, and Craig was there.
Yep.
So Gary knew how much of a fan I was. So I got to just meet him. And he's like, "Oh, I heard you do pigs." I was like, "Yeah, I do pigs." So a couple days passed, and I get a phone call, and it's Craig Carton, and I'm driving to a catering job, and he's like, "You want to do a pig?" I was like, "Yeah, no problem, whatever you need." So he gets me to do a pig for Penn State versus Syracuse. And I get there, and he's like, "Yeah, I got like 250 pounds of meat coming, and Boomer's going to send this huge truck." All I had was like a little pig roaster and a 30-pound pig. And Boomer never sent the truck. So we ended up cooking all that meat off of this little, pig roaster, taking like disposable water pans, popping holes in them, and I'm just cooking all the stuff. And the kid who was with me is like, I know you love Craig. That guy is like, he's watching every movie you're making right now. So just make sure whatever you're doing right now, this Houdini act is perfect. So we did, we pulled it off, and me and him got to talking. And the thing with him and myself was I never treated him like he was Craig Carton from the radio. I just treated him like a regular guy because that's kind of who he was. And he took a liking to me. So
nice.
Then it was a long weekend of catering again. I get a phone call. Al Dukes calls me on the phone, his producer. And I answer the phone, and I'm half, how I live my day off, half awake, half asleep. And he's like, "You're on the radio right now." I was like, "Yeah, right." So I hung up on him. And Craig calls me back. He's like, "I need you to come roast this pig for me. We're gonna slap this pig's ass, and the Giants gonna win a bunch of games, and it's gonna be great." So I was like, "Yeah, all right, cool." So we ended up doing that, and it worked. And from there, like this overnight, I went to sleep. I had a catering company, and I woke up in 4 hours. All my friends and family made up logos. I was Pig Guy NYC overnight, and I was like, "I'm not even really sure I like barbecue." They're like, "It doesn't matter what you like. This is what you're gonna do now."
This is the stuff that's going to make you the money. You better be doing the pig guy for a little bit at least, especially some logos and stuff. I just want to say, thank God this is a food show, because if anybody tuned into this mid conversation and talking about you doing a pig, people would be really confused right now and it'd be really weird. You know what I'm saying?
Doing the pig, But anyway, you know, I don't know if you know this, Mike. I guess this is the first time I'll publicly admit this. When I relaunched Feltman's 6 years ago, you know, Thomas was packaged sausage, something of that nature. And when I was trying to launch Feltman's, I actually went to Thomas for advice and counsel, how to create the label, how to get it packaged, to launch my brand, Feltman Perone. A lot of people don't know that because, you know, it was kind of like a new territory. And Tommy now Feltman's is everywhere. But it was Mr. Perone here. I would call him up all the time. I said, Tommy, how do I get this label approved? How should I package it? What should I get? You know, all that co-packing stuff was totally Thomas. But I thank you for that, Tom. But let's talk about Brooklyn Roots, man. This is what everyone's talking about.
Well, that's actually a good lead up.
That's a good lead.
That's what Brooklyn Roots is about.
Yeah.
You make a phone call, someone could help you out. You help each other out, you know? So the name has always been something I was obsessed with.
Yeah.
The Brooklyn Roots name. So somebody from the Cyclones actually created that. Now, obviously, a lot of other people have it, but he had made a T-shirt for when after Sandy.
Yeah.
It was like the rebuilding of, you know, all the Brooklyn stuff and whoever was damaged by Sandy. So I got this T-shirt from the Cyclones, Brooklyn Roots, and I was like, I'm going to open up something called Brooklyn Roots one day. I had no idea it was going to be Italian. So I just went out and I bought the name. And, you know.
Like the was Italian, or you thought maybe you'd do like the barbecue stuff or the sausages, or what were you thinking?
I always thought it would be a bistro.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because I could obviously, you know, I'm a flip flopper. I could never make a decision. So like one day I like cooking French, next day I like cooking Mexican. So it was like I thought, who knows? I could just cook whatever I want, but this name is cool.
What I love about is I'm sorry. I like when you go. I mean, I have my favorite restaurants. Don't get me wrong. There's the best. You know, there's the best. There's the drop names left and right. Mikey, when you go to Thomas's Brooklyn Roots, now he just opened the new location. Well, he's making you the food. It's not some chef. You know what I'm saying? You go to these places, like chef makes it. Tom's going to come out, he's going to shake it. The portions are just shit. Like that veal you made, it was like you know, my daughter and my mom for the rest of the week. I mean, I could eat a lot. You know, the ribeyes, I mean, the steaks, and you're not shy. A lot of places are very shy. Where do you source your meat from?
Romeo Meats. Everything is Brooklyn based.
He's the first guy that I've either spoken to that will admit where he gets his meat from, you know? And I love the fact that your boys are Pat LaFrida, your friends at Patty, a lot of people. He's the local Brooklyn guy, the guy that owns the butcher shop in Tiker Heights, right?
Yes, he's in.
Like the fact that, first of all, you could have went with Pat, you could have went with Master Mayor, you could have went. You go with the local smaller business, who you love, and you're not shy to let people know, hey, this is where I source my meat.
Yeah, and we happily put it on the menu along with Leone for the cheeses, and we use Uncle Robert. He has ultimate produce and everything else, and I've been using him everywhere I've been. I've used the same people.
Nice.
See, that's the thing too, is like, why would you want to hide where your meat's at? Obviously, you're ashamed of it if you want to hide it, right? Like, don't hide your meat, kind of thing. And it's like, I don't know, just it's none of your business. How you don't want to know where my meats are? Yeah, that's perfect. That people know where your meats are. You're shopping small business. People like that, and it's all local. I'm from Chicago, so I don't really know too much about Brooklyn, but I feel like that is a Brooklyn thing. I've seen Bronx Tale. I've seen all those good stuff. So yeah, I like that. I like that it's Italian too. That's only right that it's Italian in Brooklyn roots. It makes the most sense.
Listen, I love Pat LaFrida. I love him as a friend, as a person. Mm-hmm. But I just feel like a lot of people use his name on the menu for personal gain. I don't know if it works. Everywhere you go is the same thing. Pat LaFrida mix. So
burgers, Feltmans.com.
Yeah. There you go.
That's what it's all about. And then at certain times, you're very secretive about where you're sourcing your meat because you feel someone's going to steal it from you. steal the recipe. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
my thing is you could go buy the same tomahawk, just cook it like we do. Try your best. That's how we do it. That's what, like you said, I cook everything. I am very fortunate because what I was able to do in Sunset by myself, I can't do by myself here. So like back to the Brooklyn Roots thing, I was able to link up with people I've always wanted to work with.
Yeah.
Guys who own Kettle Black and Hobra, and it's not even like so much the older guys, it's the younger generation.
Yeah.
And it's the younger brothers and the other people work for them. And it's such a great nucleus. So for me, that's more important than anything else. You know?
Yeah. And Mikey, you can't get a reservation right now. It's unbelievable. His place is so booked. Now, I used to go to the Sunset Park location before he moved here. He moved here a couple Ridge here, but in Brooklyn. And you walk in, you get early. It's hard to find a spot. Not that Bay Ridge is any better. But the buzz, I mean, and how much does social media come into play? We have the group South Food and Drink. You post there a lot. You post. How does that come into play in creating buzz for your?
Well, it started back in the middle of the pandemic because I was just sitting home and I was like, what am I going to do? So I just started making like these meals to go, and then got the Sunset location, and we started posting every day the specials, and then posting on this page, and then being responsive to people is probably the most important part. Being as responsive as pop, and that South Brooklyn page is definitely a huge part of this restaurant. As just as as much work as we put into the quality and everything else.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude, I was looking at your guys' menu. I was looking at the photos on Facebook. I'm like drooling at all the foods, the chicken marsala, the chicken parmesan. You got the phone ringing already for another reservation. I get it. It is what it is. But that's just the life you live now. I mean, you guys are busy, and that's what happens when you hustle, and it's awesome to see that. What's your favorite dish from that you make yourself? Is it Italian or is it something else?
My favorite, the chicken scarpello on this menu, the bone-in chicken with hot sausage and peppers and vinegar, and it's always been my favorite dish. Every time restaurant I go to, I order it. But I think we have it. We've nailed it. Where people come in the kitchen and tell us it's better than La Polina, it's better than this place, better than that.
I was gonna say, yeah, you definitely have to compare your foods when you go out now. So like when you go to a restaurant, it's always, they might be a good friend of yours, but you're always competing. You're probably like, man, this is pretty good, yeah, but it's not as good as mine. Or like,
no, I'm a snob when it comes to stuff. So like,
yeah.
The big joke was before this restaurant was Brooklyn Roots, there was a restaurant here for 30 years called Tuscany Grill. And I'm the worst pizza maker probably ever. I just don't have the patience for it. I want to cook in a pan. So that's why we don't serve pizza. So unless I could make it perfect, I don't want to serve it.
Yeah.
So that's basically it.
Tuscany Grill. And that was a pretty good restaurant to replace the reputation.
Yeah, it's big shoes to fill.
Yeah, that's big shoes to fill.
Big shoes to fill.
So, but it's great. They didn't have the social media buzz, and also they have you. I'm saying that the fact that you have that personal touch to it. You come out, you meet people. Every time I go to Sunset Park, you come out, Mike, have a seat. What can I get you? Blah blah blah. And it's a little bit different when you have that one connection. I was actually selling your food. And what do you see Brooklyn Roots now? Like what do you see like years from now? On location, you feel settled in one place? I know you only been there for a couple of weeks. Do you think do you look like maybe go to other locations?
I haven't even had a chance to let this sink in yet. That's how crazy it's been the first month.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I'm torn between two things. Or, you keep it authentic and it's just this one for a 25-year, 30-year run, hopefully. Or do you go the Carmine's route or the route of,
franchise.
Franchise. And to me, it's like selling out a little bit. But at the same time, I'd like to relax when I'm like 60 and chill out for like a few minutes. And I've been working since I'm 14 years old.
Sell out. Screw it. Yeah, you can make the money, dude. Who cares? Sell out and you'll make your franchise restaurant. It'll be more popular than anything. Who cares?
Yeah, as long as this one's always perfect and they're all 4 stars across the country, that'd be cool.
Because then you'll hear that the topic will always be, well, it's not as good as the original one. You know what I'm saying? So then people always have to go back to the original one. It's a moneymaker either way. You franchise it, you make money, you'll still have the original one. It's $1 million idea, or actually a multi-million-dollar idea.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And listen, Tommy, it's any chance you get me a reservation within the next, but I mean,
I got you. I got you. You just come by. We'll figure it out.
maybe a seat by the bathroom. Like we'll try to squeeze you in over there.
I could, yeah. You put the
You definitely overdressed for the Roots right now.
for the Roots.
Sweatpants and
I know.
t-shirt.
I think I'm more in the correct attire for some Roots, right?
Yeah,
I just
you
got
got a
off
little
work.
chicken
I'm ready
farm
for
action
some.
right now. You're good to go.
Yeah, right. Who cares if it spills on my shirt? If it spills on your shirt, you're done. Me, just kidding.
I got to toss this shirt if I get any of his red sauce on there. Absolutely.
So what's like? I want to know. I'm always curious to ask people. Especially chefs. What's the worst substitution anybody's asked for?
Gluten-free pasta.
Gluten? Oh man,
I just hate it with a passion.
Yeah, that's awful.
Order
Ours,
something else.
Yeah, just don't come here.
Well, no. I purposely
There's some
make
grass
dishes.
out front.
I purposely make dishes with no flour, whereas other restaurants would put flour. That's why we use so much liquid and wine and reductions to like make that sauce pop without having to put flour. And they don't care. They still want that pasta, and there's no way of cooking it right. Up to the way I want to cook it, unless you kill it, and it's just gross.
It's just unfair. Yeah, I would say sorry, we don't do that. It ruins the dish.
I did it this weekend. It felt great. I was like, no, we don't have it. I'm not going to go to the store. Now there's 160 people to feed.
There you go. Put your foot down. No gluten-free customers had. No, I'm just kidding.
Get the Scarpiello. There's no flour on it.
There you go. There you go. One other question I wanted to ask was, what's the worst customer you've had so far? Be honest.
Worst customer? We haven't had food-wise. Thank God. That's what. We haven't had a lot of complaints except for the pasta's hard, which it is because it's al dente. And it's like
pasta was hard.
Pasta is my daughter. She'll tell you the pasta was hard. All right, you can get in the screen.
Day on social. Own the joint once. Her name is going to be on the roof eventually.
Yeah, she's the successor.
Yeah,
but the biggest complaint we have here, and customers have cursed out the host, is that they can't get a table or they can't sit, and I guess understanding what a reservation is sometimes.
Yeah.
We're why is nobody sitting there? I'm like, because it's reserved, man, and we're trying to make everybody happy. So I tend to try to be like the guy in the middle of the night who messages everybody and says, I'm sorry you didn't have a great experience, but this one I can't control. It's a little bit out of my hands now.
I'll tell you what you need to do. You need to hire just some guy that looks like you just got out of Goodfellas or Casino. Put him right at the front and just say, look, reservations only. And then nobody's going to complain to that guy. I promise you.
Yeah, we left a kid up there this weekend. It was a great worker, great kid, but he got killed.
Crucified, yeah.
I think he wanted to cry. I wanted to cry for him after I spoke to him. He's like, I don't know why they cursed me out. I was like, they just want to sit in there excited, But it's not that much of a bigger spot than I had. It's 4 tables bigger. It's just non-stop.
Yeah.
So where can they find you? I know you just moved 2 weeks ago. Where can they find you now if you want to give a little location drop?
We're at 8620 3rd Avenue. It's in between Kettle Black and Hobra. It's right on the corner. You can't miss it. Call it Voltron. One of my good friends, Tommy, who does all the artwork for us. It's the corner. Everybody loves this corner. You end up here somehow at the end of the night. So it's right there. It's a beautiful sign he did for us as well. It's gold leafed and everything.
I love beautiful. I have it on my Instagram, or on the Instagram page. We're gonna be posting it as soon as we get off this. I'll be posting it. Beautiful location. I already have post of the food as well. Dude, that chicken marsala.
That's the dish.
That's the dish.
The Matty Guns and chicken marsala hit almost every single table that comes through. So.
Oh my gosh, that's so fucking funny. Yeah. All right. So also, I want to give a nice drop on where we can find you on social media.
All right, at Brooklyn Roots Italian on Instagram, and I'm just at Thomas J Perone on Instagram as well.
Awesome. Well, it was a pleasure talking to you. Appreciate it. I can't wait to get there. I usually make my when I come back to New York, I usually make my monthly, or not my monthly, maybe 6 months. Every 6 months I'll go. So next few months I come out, I'll try to get a reservation. So it'll be
So
fun.
you're probably a big steak guy, right? You're from Chicago.
Why do I look like? Yeah, I'm a big steak guy. Yeah, we just
Well, no, my first managing job was at Morton's.
Oh,
So
really?
I
That's
learned
awesome.
all about like all the butchers in Chicago, and like they give you like a Bible, Morton's Bible, to like study and learn. So
Oh, it's the best. It's the best. Yeah, they teach you that. You know how they do the stages of the cross. So they do the stages of the cross, but then after that you have to do the stages of the meat. So that's just how it is over here when you live in Chicago. But for Brooklyn brothers, it was always nice talking to you. Michael, you want to say anything?
Yeah, Tom's just so excited. It was just awesome interview. And at the same time, I just want to plug Wiener Mag, and also you can subscribe to Mag, and this is where it's connected to. Name of the show, I think we had the Thomas Perone.
Michael, you kind of cut out there, so I'll just say that one more time for the listeners. This is Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, and you guys can find that exclusively at wienermag.com. That's WEENER mag.com. This interview was with Mr. Thomas Perone, the chef for Brooklyn Roots. Delicious, 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 to say the least. I haven't had that yet, but as far as everybody says, the reviews and everything else, I can't wait to try it.
it sucks. It's all hype.
Yeah. Don't go there, please. Save your money. Save the dime.
Come in January. We want a big crowd in January.
Yeah, there you go. We'll drop this podcast in January. All right, Thomas. Have a good one. Enjoy the day. All right.
Nice talk to you. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, you too. Thanks.
All right, bye.
Well, thanks for having us. Thanks for being on. Take care.
Thanks, brother. Talk to you later.